Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, fellow Rotarians, friends, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very warm welcome to this year's installation ceremony of the 86th board of the Rotary Club of Singapore. My name is Andy Mankiewicz and I have the honor of being your MC for this evening. Good evening to all of you. Now, despite the challenges and suffering that many of you, your families, friends, and I'm sure community may have suffered over the past 5 months or so, we at the Rotary Club of Singapore are extremely grateful and honored that you can all join us tonight on what will be a unique installation ceremony, particularly as we have just celebrated our 90th anniversary. Now, this is our first and, let's be honest, we hope our last virtual installation, but let's be positive about some of the benefits. No 2-hour wait for dinner. No cold soup. No worries about having a tipple too many. Now, tonight we have over 300 guests on Zoom. So just in case we do have any technical hitches on the way, please bear with us, forgive us, and remain online. So the program for today. After I make some formal welcomes, I will invite 3 Toastmasters to the main screen, followed by our awards ceremony, where we will announce the winners of our Good Samaritan Award, our Artisan Award, Honorary Rotarian, and finally Rotarian of the Year. After that, I will welcome our special guest of honor to address us all, and then we move on to the installation ceremony with speeches from outgoing President Deepak Nagrani and incoming President Dinesh Sharma and the chain of office exchange. Now, near the end of the evening, we will break out into smaller groups and have about 30 minutes for a virtual fellowship where we welcome your participation. So lots to get through. Sit back, and I hope you enjoy. Now, it gives me great pleasure to welcome this evening 2 very special individuals. Our guest of honor, Rotary International President nominee for the Rotary year 2021-2022, Mr. Shekhar Mehta, and First Lady Rashi Mehta. A warm welcome to both of you, and they will be joining us a little bit later on and addressing us all. I'd also like to welcome President Deepak Nagrani and First Lady Bianca, and President-elect Dinesh Sharma and First Lady-elect Rekha. A very warm welcome to all of you. And what would be a president without his or her board? A warm welcome to the outgoing board for the Rotary year 2019-2020, and the incoming board members for the year 2012-2021. And finally, of course, a warm welcome to all of you, our special guests. I'd like to welcome all members of the Diplomatic Corps and honorary members, past district governors, District Governor Raja Mohan Munisamy, incoming district governor and incoming district governor-elect, and of course, all our PPs, IPPs, presidents-elect, and president nominees of other Rotary Club members from District 3310, and of course, all spouses. Let's also welcome representatives of our sister and partner clubs by country from East and West Malaysia, the Philippines, India, Indonesia, Hungary, Australia, Myanmar, United Kingdom, Nepal, Japan, and of course, Singapore. A warm welcome to you all. I'd also like to welcome all Inner Wheel Club presidents and members and special guests of Rotary Club of Singapore, in particular, the spouses of our late distinguished members. As always, apologies if I've missed out anybody. Now, I hope you all have a full glass of your favorite drink ready, as I'm honored to welcome onto the main screen 3 of our staunchest members from our Rotary Club of Singapore to propose 3 separate toasts. Please join me to welcome PDG Dr. Philbert Chin, PP Stan Low, and PP Tapan Rao.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I invite you to charge your glass and join me in a toast to the President of the Republic of Singapore.
President, Republic of Singapore.
The President.
President.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, Rotarian Andy. Rotary International is an international service organization. Our stated purpose is to bring together business and professional leaders in order to provide humanitarian service and to advance goodwill and peace around the world. Today, there are over 35,000 member clubs worldwide and a membership of 1.2 million individuals known as Rotarians. It now gives me great pleasure to propose a toast to this wonderful organization called Rotary International. Rotary International.
Rotary International. I think we're having a few difficulties getting hold of PP Tapan. PP Tapan, can you hear us? Let's give him another few seconds to find the right button. No, I think we definitely had PP Tapan in spirit there. And let's raise a glass, everyone, to all our special guests this evening, to all our guests. Thank you very much, gentlemen and spouses. Now, before we move on to our award ceremony, let us remind ourselves about why we're here. The object of Rotary. Excuse me. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular, to encourage and foster the following. First, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. Second, high ethical standards in business and professions, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. Third, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. And finally, fourth, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service. And now I'm pleased to hand you over to the Director of the Community Service Committee, Dr. Chan Chu Luen, to present the Good Samaritan Award. The Director of the Vocational Service Committee, Stuart Pearce, to present the Artisan Award. And finally, President Deepak Nagrani, who will announce the winners of our Honorary Reward and our Rotarian of the Year Award.
"2020 shall be remembered as the pandemic year. It may also be remembered as the year that we murdered the word unprecedented and abused the term the new normal. I do not think that this situation that we are in is any more unprecedented than any other crisis in the past. The form in which crises may come may differ, but the correct response to them remains the same. We need to, and indeed have responded with calmness and steadfastness. Crisis may bring out the worst in some of us, as seen in the runs on the toilet paper in the supermarkets, but it has also manifested our better angels who have laid hidden in more prosperous times. The Rotary Club of Singapore Good Samaritan Award seeks to honour people who go out of the way to help others for no other reason than just wanting to do good. COVID-19 has created havoc in the lives of many in Singapore, and it affects the poor more adversely than the more fortunate amongst us. The circuit breaker, designed to break the transmission of the virus, has also broken the routine lives of many. During this trying period, Mr. Zulkifli, a retired cleaner who lives in a 2-room rental flat with his 4 children, took out his clipboard and went door to door compiling a list of food supplies that his elderly neighbours needed, raised funds to buy these food items and delivering them, all the while abiding by safe distancing rules. He also helps his neighbours by assisting them with applications to the Temporary Relief Fund and access to social service officers. The fact that he himself does not have a job and has no income makes this even more honourable. A fun fact, such mental toughness runs in the family. One of Mr. Zulkifli's daughters, Zuleha, was a recipient of the Straits Times Generation Great 2018 Award. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honour to present the Rotary Club of Singapore Good Samaritan Award 2020 to Mr. Zulkifli bin Anawi. Mr. Zulkifli.
Just want to say thank you, Rotary Club, for nominating and this award. Thank you very much.
The theme of the Vocational Services Committee for 2020 was to encourage others to make use of their vocational abilities to address the challenges faced by the communities in which we serve. The Artisan of the Year Award seeks to serve 3 purposes. Firstly, to recognize individuals who display extraordinary commitment and passion to his or her vocation. Secondly, that the recipient also displays high ethical standards in his or her vocation. And thirdly, that he or she uses her vocation more importantly to serve society. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to inform everyone that the winner of this award is Madam Wong. Congratulations, Madam Wong.
Yes, I am honored to have. I'm proud and honored to have won the Rotary Club of Singapore 2020 Artisan Award. I promise to work hard and donate my painting to raise money for the poor and underprivileged. Thank you, Rotary Club of Singapore. Underprivileged.
Tonight, we are awarding 2 honorary memberships. Let me tell you about 2 very worthy and noble gentlemen. Let's start with the first.
Have we got Tapan back?
This man has been our member for 49 years. He joined our club in November 1971 and served as president during the Rotary year 1985-1986. He is a stalwart of our club and has participated and lent support in numerous projects. He is most famous for championing our club's student exchange program for many years. There are many stories of heartfelt and meaningful experiences that happened during his several years as counselor to foreign students and as advisor to the Student Loan Trust Fund. His dedication of 25 long years to the Student Loan Trust Fund, together with other senior Rotarians, caused him to be seen as a good friend by many near and far. It is a known fact that when a project is announced to members, he is usually among the first, if not the first, to submit his contribution for the worthy project, showing his strong conviction and believing that the project will provide relief for the beneficiaries. He feels he has benefited a lot by being in this club because he has gained many true friends. He calls Rotary home because of this. He is very grateful to everyone who has served together with him. My fellow Rotarians, the fine man I just spoke about is P.P. Chiang Shi Fang. Congratulations, P.P. Chiang Shi Fang. Now let's talk about our second Rotarian. This man has been with us for 45 years. He's joined our club in 1975. During his year as chairman of the Youth Service Committee, Interact Clubs in Singapore won the national coveted Youth Leadership Award. This award is not easy to get, but he did it. He made our club lead the Interact movement in Singapore and the district. He was president in 1990-1991. His family is the only one in our club and probably our district that has a father and son who are both president and district governor. This gentleman is also the only centennial governor in our district. That year was 2004-2005. Also, he has met and talked to 12 Rotary International presidents during his life. Despite his busy schedule as a doctor, he still continues his support of various community projects. This Rotarian is one of my great mentors, PDG Dr. Ivor Thevathasan.
Do you want me to say something? Yes. Thank you very much for the award. I'm humbled that the club would like to make me an honorary member amongst other very good Rotarians. And I will continue as long as my body will allow it to in Rotary. Thank you.
This Rotarian of the Year did not join the Rotary Club of Singapore at first. This was because he was living in Hong Kong when he entered the Rotary family. He joined the Wan Chai Club in 1994, and it was only in 2009 that he came to our club. He was an active member, and in Rotary year 2017-2018, he served as president of the club. This year, he has been most helpful and participative in various activities, and even bravely represented our club in the jungles of Sarawak in a community project with our district governor, Jeff Yong, something that I really wished I could do. But he did it, and in Manila, he even spearheaded a project to bring food to the frontline health workers in hospitals during the COVID outbreak. He has been a great liaison between our club and our sister clubs in the Philippines, and he has put our club and put our flag up there. This has led to greater fellowship and closer ties. In his year as president, he has brought to our club the Club Runner, With this, he contributed greatly to our club's administrative efficiency. Moreover, every year since then, he has diligently conducted club runner training sessions for every incoming board. But above all, he is a true Rotarian, a true gentleman, and a true friend. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Rotarian of the Year 2019-2020, past President Keith Harrison. And this
Are you there? Yes? Keith, we hope you have a few words for us as our new Rotarian of the Year. Can you hear us?
Keith, they're asking you if you can hear them.
I can hear.
Would you like to say a few words, please, Keith?
There's a delay. President Deepak, thank you for a wonderful citation. I can say I can see myself now on the screen. I seem to have a bit of a delay. I am shocked and surprised and extremely honored to be given this award. I didn't ever expect it, and I'm especially honored to receive it because I'm so surrounded by so many people who give great service to our club and to the community. And I would really like to just check, are you sure you have the right guy? Thank you very, very much for the recognition. I will treasure it always and strive to emulate all of the person that you describe. Thank you very much for your kind and very honored evening. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to all our award recipients. For Mr. Harrison, we did get the right guy and you deserved it very well. Now, before we continue, ladies and gentlemen, just to show we are live, this is not pre-recorded. Unfortunately, we lost our PP Tapan Rao a little bit earlier, but I think we've got him back for our third and final toast.
Yes, James, coming in. May I request all members of the Rotary Club of Singapore to please charge their glasses and join me in a toast to all our guests today. To all our guests.
To all our guests.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, PP Tapan Rao, and apologies that we couldn't get in contact with you earlier on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the point in the evening where we salute our outgoing president and welcome our incoming one. Now, the following person doesn't need much of an introduction from me. One of the youngest presidents of our Rotary Club of Singapore history, he was very much thrown into the deep end this year and had to deal with keeping the club running and our members motivated during this terrible COVID-19. And I think we would all agree he's done an incredible, amazing, admirable job. Fellow Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen, President Deepak Nagrani.
Thank you, Andy. RIP N. Shekhar Mehta, District Governor Mohan, distinguished guests, fellow Rotarians and spouses, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. Hemingway once said, "It is good to have an end to journey toward, but it is the journey that matters in the end." As my presidency, which consumed me for the last year and a half, comes to an end, I think Hemingway was right. So I'm grateful for the epic journey I experienced and the great opportunity to lead this club as the 98th year president. To share my journey, I was going to prepare a video for you, but then I've already prepared and shared many videos this year. I thought of sharing photos, but I also took and shared many photos during the year. But instead, I will share with you something more personal. My reflections of the year that come to my mind and my heart today. And three things stand out: change, results, and friendships. Change. Paul Harris once said, "There's nothing in Rotary so sacred that it cannot be set aside in favor of things better." In January last year, we set forth to make things better for our club in terms of a more fulfilling Rotary experience, more possibilities to serve others, more exposure to our projects, and greater engagement and fellowship with each other. We met with many of our senior Rotarians and past presidents to learn their views on how we can transform the club for the future, but yet keep ourselves fully rooted in our 90 years of tradition. Today, I thank all of them for the impetus, including Rotarian Uttam, who gave me 46 points to consider for change, PP Peter, who joined us on almost every meeting to remind me that whatever change, that change must be in the best interest of the club. Thank you, PP Peter, for being my Northern Star. PDG Filbert, who never fails to inspire me. Joseph Chia, who I'm grateful for his excellent speakers this year. And honorary member Mohan, who touched my heart when he put up 2 hands instead of 1 when I took a poll whether to move the meeting venue. Many of these senior Rotarians later became my mentors and good friends who I have learned to respect greatly, including H.E. Jimmy, PP Mansoor, PP Mohandas, PP Philip Leong, PP Lipke, PP Palita, PP Chinya, PDG Ivo, Jamshid, and honorary member Raymond. But again, as Paul Harris said, no matter what Rotary is to us, to the world, it will be known by the results it achieves. And to us, the results of our change was paramount. While my loving board members helped me to effect the changes, their efforts to make sure the change just worked were pivotal. And credit to them, they did it greatly. Our Director of Community Service, Dr. Chan, kicked off the year with many service events and innovative service meetings. The last one was the historical novel Dine in Silence meeting. Can we put up Dr. Chan on the screen? He also championed one of our 4 major projects to give foreign domestic workers a better life through better financial education. Dr. Chan, who also introduced Zoom to our club with our first online webinar with 2 epidemiologists, has also become a trusted confidant and whose super intelligent insights I have learned to greatly value. Thank you, Dr. Chan.
Thank you.
Our Vocational Service Director, Stuart, also led a brilliant year of service. Can we put up Director Stuart? He led a brilliant year of service with the Junior Engineers Program, thanks to Dr. Klaus, the Artisan Award, thanks to Vishal Nojal, the Entrepreneur of the Year Award, thanks to PP Allen, among many other projects that he had, and his major project with HCSA to give ex-offenders and at-risk youth a second chance in life with gainful employment and culinary skills. I have learned a lot from Stuart, especially how to become a better man. With his high work and moral ethic and his golden heart. His wife, Michelle, also a Rotarian in our club, mirrors his nobility, and I will always treasure the interactions I had with them this year. Thank you, Stuart. Cheers.
Cheers.
These service events and projects would not have been possible without VP and PN Mealy, who would soon be president-elect of our club. I have no doubt she will build on the great work of the boards before her. Mealy, I thank you for being beside me every step I took this year. I will miss those lunches and those 15-minute coffee sessions, strategizing and brainstorming our next idea. Cheers, Mili. Likewise, to VP Bala, who entrenched himself, can we pull up VP Bala, in the service and strategic aspects of our club. I will miss sparring with him, but he enabled me to look at issues through a different lens for a better perspective. I know he does so in good faith for the best interest of the club, and for that, I salute him and I'll always be grateful. Cheers, Bala. I'm also very proud of our international projects, especially of our 75 global grants as championed by our legendary PP Shahul and our director James. Can we pull up our director James? Director James played a key role in fundraising for the Rotary Foundations and attended all our board meetings regularly. Thank you, dear James, for serving with us. I think he's in the studio. I also must congratulate PP Dr. Shahul for championing the very successful yearly The Help the Children project. This project was in Malang and it was supported by Honorary Member Mohan and the Ish Salaram Foundation. And this project goes a long way to create lasting change in Malang. On that note, I thank Raj Waswani and the Ish Salaram Foundation for their God-sent funding this year of all our 4 service committees. I'm also grateful to Honorary Member Mohan for his fatherly guidance and generous support of the board and the club this year. He is without doubt our club's rock. Thank you very much, H.M. Mohan. Thank you. Now, while many of our projects comes to our club, my utmost respect goes to our director of our International Service Committee, Mamta, who took the efforts to look out for communities internationally to make lasting change. It is often said that thousands can live without love, but no one can live without water. Hence, her ISC major project to bring clean water to the homes of 600 villages in Bali was a great success, and it is still happening now. Her passion about water sanitation began early in her role as ISC director, and I salute her drive and diligence. Mamta has been an active pillar of the board, but most importantly, she's keen to help another board member in a heartbeat. Cheers, Mamta. Thank you. Teenage mental health is an important issue, especially in recent times. And I applaud our Youth Service Committee's efforts led by our director, Ronald Wong. Ronald is a veteran in the youth service and community service, and with his major project that includes collaborating with the Institute of Mental Health to pilot a mental literacy program for the youth and for our Rotarians, Ronald has been a solid Rotarian, and now I count him as a very good friend. Ronald, I thank you for the honor to serve on the board with you. Cheers. Now, with 7 of our board members focusing on service, the results we produced in terms of it for the year was astounding. Our major projects and many service events touched the lives of thousands. More importantly, our projects have kept to our goal of being impactful, sustainable, and most importantly, participative. The third thing that comes to my mind now is friendship. Again, as Paul Harris said, friendship was the rock that Rotary was built on, and tolerance is what holds us together. For the latter, I have learned the importance of leading with equanimity and to remind myself to understand rather than to try to be understood. For the former, I know the beautiful friendships that I forged this year will be my presidency's most treasured takeaway. So to those who gave me their hand in friendship, I will always cherish it. Thank you. With that, I would also like to thank my director of Rotary Spirit, Raj, who brought light to our club members this year, especially in the darkness of COVID. Through his many fellowship and bonding events, he elevated our club to unprecedented vibrancy and joy. Raj is the Midas of love, a great Rotarian and a loyal friend. Thank you, my brother Raj. I must also express my appreciation to Rotarian Suresh Hatiramani for being the center of our fellowship events with his special cocktail recipes and for leading this year the photography corps. This year, our club inducted 14 new members, and I thank all of them for joining our Rotary family. I'm grateful to all the members of the MCND for their exceptional diligence and time, especially our chair, IPP Mark, who served so well on the board this year. Is IPP Mark here? Can we pull him up? IPP Mark, thank you for serving with us and attending 100% of our board meetings. Cheers, IPP Mark. I also thank PP Dr. Oliver for diligently coming up with his classifications for every new member. He, and together, the MCND and the board has made a significant difference to the high standard of membership in our club, which included making it mandatory for all prospective members to participate in a service event first. All our members did. But I would like to mention in particular Ujal and Miha, who attended so many service events of our club even before being a member. So Ujal and Miha, thank you very much. And talking about standards, I thank our Honorary Secretary Shamin, who was the stalwart of high excellency in our board, our meetings, and our membership. From her attention to every single detail in our food quality and our variety, to the loving reminders to our members to attend meetings, to making sure that 10 hearing impaired students became the VIPs at our Christmas party, and she got pizzas for them, to the vetting of new members, to the myriad of thorny issues that the board faced in the year, Shamin was simply and steadfastly there. Despite the challenges, she gave all herself to the club. She was our beacon, and the board, the club, and I am indebted to her for it. Cheers, Shamin. Also, talking about standards, I thank our treasurer Male for ensuring that all our accounts were up to date and for serving on the board so heartily. I also must express my deepest appreciation to Bernie and Ivy for making sure our club and meetings ran smoothly and efficiently. Now, as I reflect on my journey, I realize it has been a fantastic adventure. I have learned a lot. I will always treasure the moments, the tears, the sweat, the joy, and the friendships I've shared with my board, my mentors, and the members. The midnight phone calls, strategizing with the numerous core groups we set up, the meeting of the minds over every detail, and the deep satisfaction of getting things done is what every president can only dream about. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 year ago, I stood on a stage at my installation. It was a beautiful day at the Shangri-La, and I did not let it get away, as you two would say. I started my speech by thanking my parents, without whom I would not have been here today. Today, again, I thank my late father, who's still my voice of reason from above as I led the club. I also thank my mom, who's in the next room, for the invaluable sacrifices she made for me, and my dear loving children, Krish and Shania, who are right here, who are my greatest supporters. I thank my wife, Bianca, who is beautiful inside out. She not only supported me to give my best to the club, but she also took her role as First Lady to give her best to the club. So I thank her for lovingly galvanizing all our Rotarian spouses to participate in our meetings and our events. And I'm grateful to all the spouses for the vital role that they have played in our Rotary experience. So to Bianca and all the spouses, thank you very much. Cheers. I wish to also thank the presidents of all the 23 clubs in Singapore, the joint presidents, our sister and partner clubs, and all the illustrious Rotarians in our district and outside, especially DG Jeff and DG February, for working with us to make the world a little better than we found it. Someone told me early in my year that by the time I naturally flex my leadership, my presidency will be over. Well, today, my presidency is almost over, and I do hope that I have done better since then. But as Ronald Reagan said, a great leader is not necessarily the one that does great things, but the one that gets people to do great things. So to my fellow Rotarians, my board members, this year, our 90th year, we all did many, many great things. So with all my heart, I thank each and every one of you. It has been an incredible journey, and needless to say, it has been simply emotional. Cheers to you. Now, as Barack Obama said, another US president, the best we can do is do our work and try to advance it as best as we can, understanding that we will not finish the job. We essentially run the race, we carry the baton, and then we pass it to the next runner, and they carry it forward. So there is one person on my board who I've yet to mention, who we will fully depend on to carry that baton forward, and that is our President-elect Dinesh. While I do not know as yet what he and his board have planned for this year, I have no doubt their plans are just as grand. So I wholeheartedly thank Dinesh for serving actively on my board, and I look forward to likewise serving on his board wholeheartedly. I'm sure he and his board will build on all the good work that the club has achieved in our 90 years of a glorious history and take us even further. Thank you very much. It is now with great pride and honor that I will hand this heavy chain to him as the 86th president of our club. Dinesh,
Yes.
I now take off this heavy chain, and the chain is now on you. Would Rekha kindly, since I can't send it through the screen, would Rekha kindly put on the presidential medallion that we wear at every meeting? Congratulations, Dinesh. Congratulations, Rekha.
Okay. Thank you, President Deepak. I am very pleased to pass on Leo Crescent Trophy and the past President's Jewel to you for your outstanding work throughout the year and taking the club to new heights. किधर चलना है?
Thank you. Thank you, President Dinesh.
Thank you, IPP Deepak.
Dinesh, cheers.
Cheers. Now you can come. MC. MC has to say something. Come. Bolo.
Hi, Bianca.
Hi, Rekha. Hi, Dinesh.
Bolo.
So nice to see you. Thank you very much for putting so much hard work in keeping all the Rotary Club of Singapore spouses informed and connected. You really did a good job and a wonderful year. So cheers to you. And I hope in next year we continue this fellowship and friendship together. And we will cherish the moments. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rekha. Wishing you, Dinesh, and the incoming board all the best and giving all our support. May all the enriching experiences we've had, you continue to have, and may this journey, which has been a journey of growth, continue to be a great journey for you and Dinesh. All the best.
Thank you, Bianca. Thank you. Look forward to meet you soon. Enjoy the flowers.
Thank you for the flowers. Thank you so much for the beautiful flowers.
Yeah, you're welcome, dear.
So, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, fellow Rotarians, friends, ladies and gentlemen, please join me to congratulate and welcome the 86th President of this, the Rotary Club of Singapore, Dinesh Sharma, and First Lady Rekha Sharma. Congratulations to you both. Wonderful to see you together. Now it gives me great honor this evening to say a few words about our President, Mr. Dinesh Sharma, before he addresses you all. President Dinesh Sharma joined the Rotary Club of Singapore in January 1994 and has been a member of various service committees. He was co-chairman of the Entrepreneur of the Year Award for the years 2004 and 2005. He was instrumental in finalizing the MOU with the Association of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises and revision of award criteria which streamlined the process of this prestigious award. He has served the board as director and chairperson of the Vocational Service Committee during the Rotary year 2004-2005, honorary secretary in the Rotary year 2007-2008, chairperson of the International Service Committee in the Rotary year 2010-2011, and vice president during the Rotary year 2012-2013. President Dinesh holds a degree in electrical engineering from India. He founded DNR Process Solutions Private Limited in the year 2002 and established a successful operation with a vision to provide solutions connecting manufacturing plants and business in real time. DNR Process Solutions has recently merged with Alisson, which is part of the French multinational Air Liquide. And President Dinesh continues as CEO of the APAC operation. Prior to establishing his own business, he was the managing director of a Swiss-German international company for 16 years in Singapore, establishing and managing operations in Southeast Asia. He has received various accolades, including the DBS Singapore Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry Entrepreneur of the Year Award in 2009, Emerging Enterprise Award in 2011, and Singapore Indian Business Leaders Award in 2016. President Dinesh is on the board of Singapore Water Association as a member of the Executive Council as Vice President for Administration. President Dinesh is married to Rekha, who was the co-founder and director of operations of DNR Process Solutions. Rekha has a master's degree in science and was the president of the Inner Wheel Club of Singapore in the years 2005-2006. President Dinesh takes up a new challenge as president into Rotary year 2020-2021, after the club has celebrated its 90th anniversary in the exigent circumstances of the COVID-19 pandemic. He sees this as an opportunity to serve the community and establish a close connection with Rotarians within the district and beyond. President Dinesh, together with his club leadership team, will strengthen the club by encouraging more involvement from members in club activities. He will ensure the continuity of major projects and plans of the current board after he takes over as president. Rotarians, friends, ladies and gentlemen, I give you President Dinesh Sharma.
Thank you. Thank you, Master of Ceremony, Rotarian Andy. Good evening, our guest of honor, Rotary International President 2122, Shekhar Mehta, District Governor, past District Governors, fellow Rotarians, distinguished guests, family and friends. Thank you very much for your gracious presence tonight in attending the installation of 86th Board of Rotary Club of Singapore. It is a great privilege and honor for me to lead the club as we celebrate 90th year of charter this year. Since its founding, Rotary Club of Singapore and its members have contributed immensely to the local community and undertaken many iconic projects, some of which continue to tackle important issues such as mental health, drug abuse, old age care, even today. Just name a few. I salute every Rotarian, past and present, for their contribution in making our club an institution and carrying out lasting change in our communities with impactful projects in Singapore, Indonesia, India, Nigeria, Nepal, Vietnam, Cambodia, Philippines, and many others. Directors for their hard work and enthusiasm. They maintained continuity during the pandemic crisis and kept the club vibrant. Thank you very much, IPP Deepak. New Rotarian year starts under the shadow of global COVID-19, which has created unprecedented circumstances with the first virtual installation being held today. There are uncertainties whether the club meetings will continue to be held virtually or we will return to physical meetings with safeguarding measures. But what is certain is that we have to adapt to a new baseline for normalcy to continue, delivering an enriching experience to our members. To embark on this journey of leading our club with its proud heritage, I approached our most senior Rotarians with knowledge, experience, and passion for Rotary. It was an education for me, invaluable suggestions and feedback. I had many brainstorming sessions with my team, and together we developed our strategy to strengthen our club and better position ourselves to serve sustainably. This year, we'll focus on 4 priorities. Number 1, people, people, and people. Members are the core of Rotary organization. We will strengthen our membership to achieve diversity in vocation, demography, to attract new members by projecting public image of our club, showcasing the work we have done. Number 2, streamlining operation. For our size of club, it's very important that we make use of digitalization for increasing efficiency, transparency, and various areas where members and leadership can focus on community work. We'll make a sincere attempt to achieve this. Number 3, impactful projects. The theme of this year is Rotary Opens Opportunities. Among others, this pandemic too offers us a great opportunity to identify projects to alleviate suffering of people affected by the virus. Number 4, inspiring experience and increased engagement. We are starting a new program, KIFER, Know Your Fellow Rotarians. Our members will speak about themselves, their profession, and how their vocation can be applied to communities we serve. Another focus area to engage our members will be Rotary education. We have one of our dedicated and enthusiastic Rotarian as our club trainer. We use IMPACT as an acronym for actioning our strategy. I is innovative. Business as usual is not an option anymore. We need to find new ways to connect and serve while maintaining safe distancing. We must reinvent ways to raise funds. M, measurable. We need to collect data on our projects to measure the impact on community so that we can continue improving. Next, P, proactive rather than reactive. We should, for example, attract new members with the correct fit. A, adaptable. 2020 so far has been a humbling lesson in need for adaptability. We need to weave this into our club's fabric. C, compassionate. Only by being compassionate we can achieve our motto, service above self. Last, T, together. Let's move beyond I and you. Let's make it we, all working together. We have an outstanding leadership team with me, extremely capable and motivated, leaders within their own right, with diverse vocations and a can-do attitude. I will be there as a servant leader, fostering collaboration, communication, and providing strategic support. We are confident our club remains strong, vibrant, and relevant in true spirit of Rotary. For our overseas Rotarians, I extend my heartfelt thanks to you for your presence tonight. Rotary Club of Singapore has joined your clubs to secure 13 global grants to help people affected by COVID-19. Thank you for us the opportunity to join in your community projects. Let us continue our joint efforts to serve the communities. I would like to extend my hearty congratulations to President Tapan Rao for receiving a Rotary International highest honor 2019-20 Service Above Self Award announced by DG just yesterday. I thank profoundly Rotarian James Lee, our convener, for accomplishing the challenging task of organizing a virtual installation for the first time, and Rotarian Sonali and Rotarian Z for crafting the e-magazine, which has come out very nicely. I also thank Adam and Ray from Up Productions helping in organizing this event. Thank you, James. Above all, I should not fail to acknowledge my partner, a sincere critic and advisor, my wife Rekha, who has been president of Seroptimist International, Inner Wheel Club of Singapore. She very well understands my commitment to Rotary as president this year. Our families from India, UK, and US, my brothers, my sisters, our children in Singapore, and our granddaughter, a little angel, baby Anika, are with us tonight in full force to support me. Let us seize the moment and convert crisis in crisis to compassion. I am confident with our commitment, a passion for service, our excellent network of Rotarians, we will have an impactful year. I truly thank all our members for giving me this wonderful opportunity to serve our club and community. Thank you very much. Next.
Thank you, President Dinesh, for those inspiring and galvanizing words. Thank you very much, sir. Now, it always gives me immense pleasure to introduce our very own PP Shahul Hamid, who will kindly introduce our guest of honor, Rotary International President for Rotary Year 2021-2022, Mr. Shekhar Mehta.
Well, very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Rotarians. Welcome to this evening's event. It is my pleasure to introduce our guest of honor today. Rotary International President nominee Shekhar Mehta joined Rotary 35 years ago. He is a member of the Rotary Club of RC Calcutta Mahanagar in the state of West Bengal, India. Shekhar served as District Governor in 1999-2000 and served as RI Director in the year 2011 to 2013. Shekhar is the recipient of Rotary International's highest award, the Service Above Self Award, the Rotary Foundation highest award, the Distinguished Service Award, as well as the Rotary Foundation Citation for Meritorious Service. Shekhar is the chairman of Skyline Group, engaged in real estate development in different parts of India, including the largest group housing in the state of Rajasthan. He's a member of many professional, cultural, and charitable organizations, including serving as trustee for Shelterbox UK and Operation Eyesight India. He is keenly dedicated to service and has led many major service initiatives in India. Let me share some of them with you. Shekhar started the Shelter Kit program in India, providing 15,000 shelter kits, helping 75,000 disaster victims. He started the Pediatric Heart Surgery program for 2,500 children across India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, and the African countries. Shekhar also conceptualized the nationwide Teach Literacy program, reaching out to 50,000 schools and 15 million children in India. He has also been credited to help set up 6,000 rural toilets, benefiting more than 30,000 people. And for this, Rotary Club of Singapore is grateful to Shekhar and his club for giving Rotary Club of Singapore the opportunity to help for 800 of these low-cost toilets. Eye hospitals. Shekhar has been instrumental in setting up 15 Rotary eye hospitals across India, which are performing nearly 50,000 eye operations each year. Members of Rotary Club of Singapore, including past President Palita, past President Tapan, past President Palath Mohandas, and myself and my family, first met Shekhar in the opening of Rotary Club of Singapore's first Rotary Eye Hospital in Bhubaneswar in the year 2015, in June. It was a great meeting for the first time, and we were in awe of his presence. I just want Shekhar to know that on that day, PP Binod Kaitan, I hope he's still with us on Zoom, whispered to me, Shahul, Shekhar will be an RI president in 5 years' time. Well, Binod, I have to tell you, you're 1 year short, but Shekhar will be the RI president soon. Shekhar is known to be a motivational speaker and has spoken at hundreds of events nationally and internationally, and he has raised millions of dollars for the Rotary Foundation. I had the pleasure of listening to him in one of the district assembly meetings in India, and you must watch out for his presentation on the power of one. And I hope DGN Dolly Yap and President nominee Simi Lee will work early to make sure that we invite RIPN Shekhar to Singapore when he's president during the year 2021-2022. Shekhar is indeed a man of vision and action, bold in his ideas and humble in his work. This is the man with a singular mission in life and with his eye on the prize, service to mankind. His guiding mantra in life is, service is the rent we pay for the space we occupy on this earth. A truly fine gentleman and an inspiring Rotarian. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Rotarians and guests, may I present to you Shekhar Mehta.
Thank you, my friend Saul, and good evening to everyone at Rotary Club of Singapore. It's indeed a pleasure and a privilege for me to be present amongst all of you on this very auspicious occasion, on a very special occasion of the 86th installation of the Board of Directors of Rotary Club of Singapore. Congratulations, President Dinesh Sharma and his wife. It was great to see both of you here, Dinesh and Rika. Dinesh, I liked the speech that you made. You are a person who means business. Add to that the service quotient of your wonderful club, and I'm sure you're going to have a great year ahead. I was to be with all of you this evening, but we are all living in times where this is as good as being physically present. We will make up for coming to Singapore some other time, but as of now, I'm sorry to be amongst you, one of the outstanding clubs in this part of the world, if not the entire world. I have known about the club from my various friends, Tapan Rao, who also has roots in Calcutta, and I've known him for quite some time. And thereafter, I met PDG Shahul. And what an outstanding duo these two people are. Tapan, congratulations for that Service Above Self award, which you so richly deserve. My compliments to you. I've seen how dedicated you are to the work of Rotary, and I'm happy that it has been duly recognized, and that too with nothing. To Saul, the last time he made a presentation in Bhubaneswar, I came to be in awe of this man. He, through your club associates, the club presidents, your club has already done more than 70 grants in 13 different countries. Your contribution to the Rotary Foundation has now been nearly $2 million. And the value of the work that you do in the various through the various global grants is more than $6.5 million. This is a story that needs to be told around the world, emulated by other districts, about other clubs. My club is also very actively involved in the work of Rotary Foundation. We do many global grants. We do about 10 global grants in a year. Sometimes we do 10, sometimes 8 or 7. But we do also believe greatly in global grants. And I'm thankful to both Shahul and Tapan for having done a few global grants with us. And because of my request, they have done many, many global grants across India. And we are thankful. I think those projects are really meaningful projects, whether it is those toilets. And I tell you, next to the mud huts of the people who live in those mud huts, these toilets look like beautiful monuments, which would be the most ordinary toilets. Not sure whether you would want to use that at all. For them, it is the best gift that Rotary ever given. But that's the little children, global grants we do here. I tell you, every child prays that Rotary. The eye hospitals that your club has been able to set up across some of the places in India and maybe other places I'm not aware, is such a meaningful project. for considerably, not a very large sum, some excellent work is being done. Each of these eye hospitals provide eye care to thousands and thousands of people. These people, elderly, some of them 60, 70, 80 years old, bless you and your club each time they are able to see their grandchild. Because for the last 4 years, they could not see the grandchild properly since the grandchild was born. But now, because of the eye surgeries that has been done at the hospitals that you have helped set up, these people are able to see their grandchildren. Some people are able to get back to work. So much wonderful work happens out of one single global grant, and you have done 70 of them. And these are, mind you, long-lasting projects. When we build those toilets, they are long-lasting. When we set up these eye hospitals, they last for at least a generation, if not 2-3 generations. So, friends, this is some of the best investment that you can do in mankind, and you are people who are connecting. Look how beautifully the current year theme slowly moves into the New Year's theme. The current year theme is Rotary Connects the World. Look how beautifully your club has connected to different clubs across the globe. 13 countries you are working in. That's outstanding. In India itself, I know you are working with so many other people, being connected with them, growing friendships. And what I like is your Rotarians come to the country where they are doing the work and follow up and see the work, see the progress. And I'll come back to one aspect of this. As your president said, we need to digitalize and we need to bring technology. I will come back to that. But meanwhile, look, Connect Rotary. And what are these global grants doing? These are opening opportunities of a worldwide community, a community of people who are interested, who action, who good in this. So, Rotary of Singapore, keep doing the great work. That I would add one more dimension to the work that you do. So my suggestion is, Tapan and Shaul, next time when you come, get a bigger delegation to Calcutta. We'll be only too happy to host and every one of you. Our district will be very happy to have all of you here. And next time when you come, when you visit the project sites, let's say you're visiting an eye hospital and there has been an eye surgery camp that day, then I would suggest on a Zoom call from that eye hospital, connect to your club meeting which is happening at that time. Time it in such a manner that those who have not been able to come should be able to see the good work that is happening in India while you are there. Even while you are not there, you cannot be present in all the 13 countries where the projects are taking place. But I would suggest make this is something I'm propagating, bringing technology into getting the kick out of the work of service that we do. The recent survey that was done by Rotary International has showed that the highest number of people want to join Rotary for two purposes. One, opportunity of local service and opportunity of international service. While Singapore may not have too many local opportunities for service, international service opportunities are galore. You are doing them. Next time when you do it, show it to the people who are not able to go to the site. And they too will start loving. They will feel that the money that they have spent is bringing joy and happiness into so many thousands of lives. What greater joy for ourselves in lives when we find that because of our small effort, large changes are happening in communities. Because of our small monetary contributions, happiness is coming to thousands of people across. That young children are getting educated, that people's health care is being taken care of. For once, people have their own toilets and not have to do open defecation, and that people are getting fresh, clean drinking water because of all these efforts that we do. Friends, if we do all of this, and now let us also go plant trees and work for the environment. When we help some people to learn how to make fishing net rather than giving them fish, they're working under the area of focus of economic and community development. And friends, when we work in these 6 areas of focus, you will see that the 7th area of focus has already been taken care of. And that I'm talking of is peace. I strongly believe peace mere absence of war. A world half hungry is not a world at peace. A world half homeless is not a world at peace. A world where half the people still are fighting each other and there is strife and there is disease, not a world at peace. Friends, you and I may not be able to stop war, but you and I are daily, every time that you are doing a global grant, you are actually bringing positive peace in this world. When you go and provide those eyes to the lady who's 80 years old, ask her what peace is. She'll tell you those two eyes that you put for her are peace for her in their life. When the man comes crawling to an artificial limb center, we put two limbs there, and the man after 5 years is walking again. You go and ask him what peace is. And tears will roll down his cheek. He'll say, this is the moment of peace. To that lady who is on the curbside, her husband has left her. She has 3 daughters, but just 2 blankets to take care in the shivering cold. Go and ask her, she is hungry. Go and ask her what peace is. To her, that piece of bread is peace in her life. And that's what we are doing, friends. Making the lame to walk, blind to see. We heal the sick. We bring water into communities. We build toilets. We build hospitals. We build schools. We bring happiness by doing good in this world. I have no words enough to compliment your wonderful club. You do such great work and do it with such great humility. One of the greatest philosophers of India, and he was from Calcutta, Swami Vivekananda, he had said, in life, always take the position of the giver, always the position of the donor. But in donating, be so humble that the donor kneels down and prays, may I give? I think when Shahul Hamid, Conrao, they come to India, they come with folded hands. That is their humility. They are doing project here along with us. And I must compliment the Indian Rotarians for taking up challenge after challenge, project after project, setting up hospitals, etc., which are the temples of service. Both are important, providing money and doing the service. You are doing such great work. My compliments to you and to each and every member. Dinesh and Rekha, may you have an outstanding, a purposeful, meaningful year. This is going to be one of the most exciting years of your life. And if you take it philosophically, let me tell you, this 1 year you will live for others. But this will be the rent that you will pay for the space you occupy on the earth. Thank you very much.
Honorable guest of honor, RIPN Shekhar Mehta, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard an inspiring speech from our guest of honor, who is going to be the world leader for 1.2 million Rotarians in 200 countries in year 21-22. We are extremely delighted to extend a vote of thanks to our guest of honor, RIPN Shekhar Mehta. For us, it is a historic moment to have a Rotary International President 2021-22 to grace the installation of our new board. Thank you, Shekharji, for sparing time from your extremely busy schedule, which most of us know from your impactful webinars every other day and many other engagements. Your leadership is a crusader for digitalizing of school syllabus in all states of India, an effort in eradicating illiteracy in a country with a population of 1.2 billion makes all of us proud of being a Rotarian. Thank you for recognizing our work here at Rotary Club of Singapore. As president of the largest club in our district, I will take your advice and incorporate it in our strategy and action as much as possible, like showcasing projects to attract new members and as well to current members who have not been able to visit those project sites. We will get a bigger delegation over to India and take inspiration from your work in Calcutta. Together, we'll work towards positive peace along with major projects through little act of compassion. I thank you, and I thank all our overseas guests once again for your participation on this joyful occasion. Thank you very much.
Dinesh, I missed out to say one thing. So that's one of my major things that I normally say, but I missed out today, and that is on membership growth. I don't want to miss it out. Yours is a large club, but I still give you a responsibility and see if you can do this. I have always, everywhere that I speak, I ask a question. To every Rotarian who's watching this meeting, I have a question for you. In the next 2 years, will you bring one member to, just one member to Rotary in the next 2 years? And Dinesh, if you and your successor follow it up, theoretically it means your membership will double in the next. But you are a large club, you may not be able to or want to double your membership. So how about an increase of 10% each year, 20% taken care of there, and the rest 80% you should take up by starting different new Rotary clubs. Give it a thought. We have to take our membership needle, move it from 1.2 million to 1.3 million by the end of the Rotary year that I will be president. Let us all do it. It's possible.
Can I say, Shekharji, I was expecting this during your speech. I knew the work you are doing for, and I can tell you, our membership chair, vice president on my board has already planned the membership growth in the same way as you have said. And I'll assure you that this will happen. Thank you.
No, thank you.
What's next?
Thank you, Rotary International President nominee Sheikh Ahmed, once again for those inspiring and thoughtful words. Thank you once again, sir, for making the time to be with us this evening. Now it's time for the charging of the incoming board by our District Governor, Raja Mohan Munisamy. But before he does, allow me to introduce each member to you. Immediate past President, Deepak Nagrani. President-elect Simi Lee. Vice President for Digital Technology, Colin Miles. Vice President for Membership, Suresh Kirti. Honorary Secretary, Bridget Holtschneider. Honorary Treasury, Manish Tibrawal. And our directors for our committees, Directors for Community Services, Dr. Irina Franken. For Vocational, Dr. Chan Shu Luen. For International Services, Varun Gulati. Director of Youth Services, Dr. Ganesh Ramalingam. And finally, Director for Public Image and PR, Sonali Sinha. A warm round of applause for this year's Board of the Rotary Club of Singapore. Now it gives me pleasure to welcome District Governor Raja Mohan Munisamy to officially charge the incoming board.
Hello. नालायक ने ऐसे ही कर
President Dinesh, would you kindly introduce your board to us, sir?
DG Mohan, warm welcome to you, and I would now request you to charge the new board of Directors 2020-21. Thank you.
86th President of the Rotary Club of Singapore, the oldest club in District 3310, and members of the board. Service above self, 3 simple words to guide you and your board for this Rotary year. You have the honor of leading the club, of shaping its future, and of leaving a legacy. It has been 90 years since the inception of the club, and almost as many presidents and boards have had a chance of leading the Rotary Club of Singapore. Your leadership is not for 12 months or 1 year, but a chance to leave a mark so that even other leaderships and future leaderships will talk about it. The basic values of leadership, simple and easy enough: lead by example and lead with servitude, and apply the basic philosophy of servant leadership. While traditional leadership generally involves the accumulation and exercise of power by one of the top of the pyramid, servant leadership is different. A servant leader focuses primarily on the growth and well-being of people and communities to which they belong. The servant leader shares power, puts the needs of others first, and helps people develop and perform as highly as possible. Think not how powerful or how influential you are as a leader, but focus on the task at hand and never lose sight of the well-being of the communities that you serve. Remember your attendance at regular meetings, at projects, at events. Remember to call and speak gently to your members, encourage them, persuade them, and love them. Remember to give and to give generously, and give with a reason, and give and make yourself an example. It is not the amount, it is the commitment for a cause. Think outside the box. Be ready to challenge and redefine and reimagine the traditions, be it your projects, your meetings, your programs. Be creative and imaginative. You and your board will be well remembered. So, President Dinesh and members of the board, Are you ready to look beyond yourself, lead the way, and make a difference by engaging Rotary and challenging lives? Are you ready to embrace humanity? Are you ready to be inspired? Are you ready to connect to the world? Well, it gives me great pleasure to now induct President Dinesh Sharma and his board of directors. Thank you.
Thank you, DG Mohan.
You're welcome.
Very much, District Governor Raja Mohan Munisamy, and congratulations to all the members of the incoming board. Well, Rotarians, friends, ladies and gentlemen, can you believe we are 20 minutes ahead of schedule? And that brings us to a close of this very special installation. For those of you who missed the late dinner and the cold soup, I hope very much that we see you again in person in Singapore next year. But before we disperse into separate breakout rooms, I'd like to say a big thank you to a few people who've made this evening possible. To Rotarian James Lee for being instrumental in this virtual installation. You can't see him, but he's 2 meters away from me. To the technical team, which is led by Ray Wee of Unearthed Productions and his colleagues. You can't see it, but I'm in a studio of about 10 guys and girls. So a huge thank you to them. And of course, a thank you to you for attending. You will all now be separated into about 15 breakout rooms, and President Dinesh, IPP Deepak Dagrani, and President-elect Simi Lee will try their best to visit each one of them. While you wait, please feel free to enjoy the virtual fellowship amongst the members in your breakout room. This will take normally about 30 minutes, but since we are ahead of time, I think we have until about 9 o'clock for this to happen. We would like to see the board one more time before I finally close that. Is it possible to see the incoming board?
Gallery.
Wonderful to see them all together again. So, as I mentioned, we will all go into breakout rooms, and we have roughly until about 9 p.m. To have our virtual fellowship, so please enjoy. Well, this is my cue to say goodbye. As always, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be your MC this evening. I wish you all a safe and healthy weekend. Thank you and good night.